Hello everyone, welcome to English Talk with Anis.
Anis, can I tell you something a little strange?
Always, go ahead.
Yesterday, nothing happened.
Nothing? That sounds like a boring story already.
No, listen. I mean, nothing bad happened. No rushing, no phone buzzing every 5 minutes, no long to-do list chasing me around the house.
Oh, I see where this is going.
I made tea slowly. I sat by the window for maybe 20 minutes, just watching people walk by. And at the end of the day, I felt calm. Actually calm.
And that felt strange to you.
Very strange, because most days feel like a race, and yesterday felt like a walk.
That is such a lovely way to put it. A race versus a walk.
And I kept thinking, I don't even know how to explain a day like that in English. I know how to say I was busy. I know how to say I had a stressful day. But a calm, peaceful day, I didn't have the words.
That is exactly what we're fixing today.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Talk with Anis, your friendly place to learn real, everyday English through natural conversation.
I'm Anis.
And I'm Meera. And today's episode is all about something we don't talk about enough. Peaceful days, the quiet ones, the slow ones, the days where nothing dramatic happens, but you still feel good at the end of them.
Because most English lessons teach you how to talk about being busy, being tired, being stressed. But peaceful, calm, relaxed, that vocabulary gets forgotten.
Exactly. So today, you're going to learn how to describe a peaceful day naturally. The small moments, the quiet activities, the feeling of being unhurried.
This episode is great for A2 to B1 learners. Simple, everyday English, spoken at a comfortable pace. If you don't catch every single word, that's completely fine. Just relax into the conversation.
Later, we'll slow down and go through 6 useful words in our word tour segment. And near the end, we'll take a few basic sentences and make them sound more smooth and natural in Say It Better.
So get comfortable. Maybe make yourself a cup of tea like I did yesterday. And let's talk about peaceful days.
Okay, Anis, let's start simple. When someone asks you, "How was your day?" and it actually was peaceful, what's the very first thing you can say?
The easiest sentence is just, "It was a really peaceful day." Simple, clear, and it tells the other person exactly the mood you're in.
I like that word peaceful. It's soft. It doesn't shout at you.
Right. It's not exciting or dramatic. It's just gentle.
What if someone wants to explain why the day felt peaceful? Because peaceful alone doesn't tell a story.
That's true. You usually need to add a small detail, like, "It was a peaceful day because I didn't have any plans." Or, "It was peaceful because I stayed home and took things slow."
Took things slow. That's a nice phrase.
It really is. It means you didn't rush anything. You gave yourself permission to move at your own pace.
You know, I think a lot of learners actually have peaceful days, but they don't know how to describe them. So they just say, "It was okay." And okay is such a flat word. It doesn't capture anything.
That's such a good point. Okay hides the feeling completely, but peaceful or relaxed, those words actually paint a picture.
So let's build that picture a little more. What are the small activities that usually make up a peaceful day?
For me, it's often something like reading a book or just sitting quietly with a warm drink. You could say, "I spent the morning reading and sipping my coffee."
Sipping. I love that word. It's such a small, quiet action.
It really is. Sipping means drinking slowly in small amounts, not gulping it down because you're late for work.
Gulping and sipping. 2 completely different mornings.
Exactly. One is chaos, the other is calm.
What about people who find peace outside the house? Not everyone stays indoors on a peaceful day.
True. Some people say, "I went for a slow walk in the park," or "I sat outside and just listened to the birds." Notice the word slow again. It keeps showing up because peaceful days move at a gentle speed.
It's almost like peaceful days have their own rhythm, slower music, if that makes sense.
That's a lovely comparison, actually. A busy day feels like fast music with too many instruments playing at once. A peaceful day feels like one soft song playing quietly in the background.
I really like that image. Okay, let's take a short pause here. If you're enjoying this conversation so far, please take a moment to like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to English Talk with Anis. It genuinely helps us keep making these episodes for you.
And we'd love to hear from you too. In the comments, tell us, what does your peaceful day usually look like? We really do read your comments, so don't be shy.
All right, let's continue. Anis, what about the feeling itself? Not what you did, but how your body feels on a peaceful day.
That's a great question, because peaceful isn't only about actions, it's about a feeling inside you too. A common phrase is, I felt completely at ease.
At ease. That phrase always sounds so comfortable to me.
It means relaxed, without any tension or worry. Your shoulders aren't tight, your mind isn't racing. You're simply comfortable in the moment.
Is there a difference between relaxed and at ease?
A small one. Relaxed can describe your body, like after a massage, you feel relaxed, but at ease often describes your whole state, your mind and body together. You can say, I felt at ease all day, and it captures something a bit deeper than just physical relaxation.
That's a subtle but useful difference. What if the peaceful feeling comes gradually, not all at once?
Then you might say, I slowly started to unwind. Unwind is a wonderful word here. It's like a tight string slowly loosening.
Oh, that's such a clear image, a string loosening.
Exactly. Think about a phone charger cable that's all tangled up. When you unwind it, you're carefully loosening those knots one by one. That's what happens to our minds after a stressful week. We slowly unwind.
I love that. So instead of saying, I relaxed, which is a little plain, you could say, by the evening, I had really unwound from the week.
Perfect example.
Now, here's something interesting. Sometimes a peaceful day isn't about doing less. Sometimes it's about doing something you actually enjoy without pressure. What do you think about that?
I think that's really important to mention because people sometimes assume peaceful means lazy or doing nothing, but that's not always true.
Right. You could spend a peaceful day cooking, gardening, painting, or even cleaning your house if you're doing it with stress.
Exactly. The key isn't the activity, it's the mindset behind it. If you're mindful and present, even cooking dinner can feel peaceful.
Mindful. That's a beautiful word. Can you explain that a little more?
Being mindful means paying full attention to what you're doing right now in this moment, not thinking about tomorrow's meeting or yesterday's argument, just being here.
So a peaceful day often needs a mindful mind.
Nicely said. You could say, I tried to stay mindful and just enjoy small moments throughout the day.
What about when people interrupt your peaceful day? Because in real life, that happens, right? A phone call, a message, a sudden task.
Oh, absolutely. And that's actually a really honest part of this conversation, because peaceful days aren't always perfectly peaceful from start to finish.
True. Sometimes it's 90% calm and 10% chaos.
That sounds about right. In that case, you can say, the day was mostly peaceful except for one small interruption. That's a very natural, honest sentence.
I like that it doesn't pretend everything was perfect. It just accepts that a little bit of noise crept in.
Exactly. Crept in is a nice phrase too. It means something entered slowly and quietly, almost without you noticing.
So even a peaceful day can have little moments that creep in and disturb it slightly, but that doesn't ruin the whole day.
Right, because peace isn't about zero interruptions. It's about how you return to calm after something disturbs it.
That's actually a really mature way to think about it, not just for English, but for life in general.
Definitely. And that brings up another useful phrase, recharge. A peaceful day often helps you recharge, especially after a busy week.
Recharge, like a phone battery.
Exactly like that. When your battery is low, you plug it in, and slowly it fills back up. Our energy works in a similar way. A peaceful day is like plugging yourself in for a little while.
I love that. So you could say, I use the weekend to recharge before starting a new week.
Perfect sentence. Very natural.
Now, Anis, let's talk about describing the setting. Sometimes the place itself makes a day feel peaceful. Quiet streets, soft light, maybe rain outside.
Yes, and a lovely word for that kind of scene is serene. A serene morning, a serene lake, a serene street early in the day.
Serene. That word already sounds calm just saying it.
It really does. Serene describes a place or a moment that feels calm, still, and peaceful, almost like time has slowed down.
Could you give us an example sentence?
Sure. The street was completely serene at 6 in the morning, before the city woke up.
That's beautiful. I can almost picture it. Empty streets, soft light, maybe a little mist in the air.
Exactly the kind of image that word creates.
Okay, I think we've built a really strong picture of what a peaceful day feels like. Slow morning, sipping tea, mindful moments, unwinding, recharging, and maybe a serene walk somewhere quiet.
And I think the biggest lesson here is that peaceful days don't need to be extraordinary. They're made of small, gentle moments, not big, dramatic events.
That's such a comforting thought, actually.
It really is. You don't need a vacation to feel peaceful. Sometimes it's just one slow Sunday morning at home.
All right, let's slow things down now and go through today's word tour. 6 useful words to help you talk about calm, peaceful moments in your own life.
Let's begin with our first word, peaceful.
Peaceful. Peaceful.
Peaceful describes a feeling or a situation that is calm, quiet, and free from stress or trouble.
You could say, I had a peaceful weekend at home, or the village felt very peaceful compared to the busy city.
Nice, clear examples. Let's move to our second word, unwind.
Unwind. Unwind.
Unwind means to slowly relax after a period of stress or busy activity, like loosening a tight string little by little.
You could say, I like to unwind by listening to soft music in the evening, or it took me a while to unwind after such a busy week.
Our third word is recharge.
Recharge. Recharge.
Recharge means to rest and gain back your energy, just like charging a phone battery.
For example, I spent Sunday resting to recharge for the new week, or a short walk outside always helps me recharge.
Word number 4 is mindful.
Mindful. Mindful.
Mindful means paying full, calm attention to the present moment without thinking too much about the past or future.
You could say, I try to stay mindful while drinking my morning tea, or being mindful helps me enjoy small moments more fully.
Our fifth word is serene.
Serene. Serene.
Serene describes a place or moment that feels calm, still, and peaceful, almost like time has slowed down.
For example, the lake looked so serene early in the morning, or we found a serene little cafe away from the noisy streets.
And our final word today is at ease.
At ease. At ease.
To feel at ease means to feel relaxed and comfortable without any tension or worry in both your body and your mind.
You could say, I felt completely at ease during our slow evening walk, or being at home always makes me feel at ease.
So today's 6 words were peaceful, unwind, recharge, mindful, serene, and at ease.
Try picking just 1 or 2 of these words and using them this week. You don't need to remember everything at once.
Now let's move to one of my favorite parts, say it better. We'll take a few simple sentences and make them sound smoother and more natural.
Let's start with this one. A learner might say, my day was good, nothing happened.
That sentence isn't wrong, but it doesn't really describe the feeling. A smoother way to say it is, it was a peaceful day. I just took things slow.
Much more descriptive. Here's another one. I rested at home all day.
That's fine, but we can make it warmer. You could say, I spent the day unwinding at home, and it felt really nice.
I like how unwinding adds a feeling to it, not just an action. Next sentence. I was calm the whole day.
A more natural version would be, I felt completely at ease the whole day. It sounds more like something a native speaker would actually say.
One more. I sat outside and it was quiet.
You could smooth that out into, I sat outside and the morning felt so serene. It paints a clearer picture for the listener.
These small changes really do make a big difference in how natural your English sounds.
Absolutely. It's not about using harder words. It's about choosing the right word for the feeling you want to share.
So today we learned how to talk about peaceful days, the slow mornings, the mindful moments, the feeling of being at ease, and the simple joy of unwinding and recharging.
And I hope this episode reminded you that you don't need a big vacation to feel peaceful. Sometimes it's just a quiet cup of tea by the window.
I definitely needed to hear that today.
I think we all did.
If this episode helped you, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to English Talk with Anise so you never miss a new lesson.
And we genuinely love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what does your ideal peaceful day look like? Try using one of today's words like peaceful, serene, or unwind.
Also, if you know someone learning English, share this episode with them. It might be exactly the calm, simple lesson they need today.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Take care of your English and take care of your peace, too.
This is Meera.
And this is Anise.
And you've been listening to English Talk with Anise. Bye for now.
Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode.